Carlos, we noticed that code enforcement was here for unit number 16. I'll kind of stage what happened. Evidently, there was a major plumbing issue where city lines backed up, caused sewage to go into the tenant's problem, or in the tenant's unit. You want to tell us a little bit about that and why code enforcement was called out?
About 2 weeks ago, her bathroom and her bathtub started backing up, and we got our plumber out here to check it out. But he put a snake in, and it wasn't his snake. It wasn't our lines. It was the city lines. I mean, I'll show you if you want to walk.
Okay.
The city, they had to come and they had to actually open the concrete and go through the pipes. So many years of use and putting things in there. From the older units, the city line actually clogged up, and the city had to come up and they had to unclog it themselves. And I'll show you where it was at.
And the tenant actually called code enforcement because of the sewage and stuff like that, which is understandable.
The tenant thinks it's our fault that we didn't want to get it fixed, but we actually had to wait 72 hours for code enforcement to come out here. I mean, if we took care of it the same day, the same night. The plumber was out here at 1 a.m. when it was backing up. He couldn't fix it though, so the next day we had to wait for the city
and you as a property manager, I want to make sure our viewers understand. You took care of the situation. Once you got the call, you sent the plumber out. The plumber said, "Hey, I can't handle this. This is getting out of, this is too much for me. We need to call the city, and it's their lines. I've snaked all the lines here to the property." You did that. You called the plumber. The plumber came out, performed his work, said he couldn't finish it, needed to call in the city. You then transferred the tenant, so you can take care of the tenant.
Yeah, her unit was totally damaged, water damage, and sewer came out in the carpet. So we put in a different unit for about a week.
So you transfer the tenant.
We transferred the
That
tenant.
was number one, is to make sure she was taken care of.
Yes, she had
Transfer the tenant.
We took care of her. That was the first thing we did. Transfer
Okay.
for a different unit. Then we got the carpets changed. Now she's back in there. And I'll show you where the city came in.
So now she's back in. You also, from what I understand, credited gave her a free month's rent for the problem.
For her pain and suffering that she had
Okay.
during the few days.
Which is understandable. Okay, now let me before you get in, you want to explain what happened here?
Well, yeah, they had to come and break into the concrete. This is where the main line for the whole complex is coming to. And they had to actually come out here. There was a pipe there. I guess now it got covered. It's all the way down. Yeah, the bag is there, right? Yeah. But there's a pipe there. It's a big, 6-inch pipe. It's copper, and that's what we're trying to get it changed. It's all this building. It's copper. Copper corrodes, and you start getting plumbing problems. That's why we got to put PVC. And now the city is gonna put a drainage. They're gonna put here a drainage, some sort of drainage, so
we can always come in and access this, and when there's backup on the city's end.
There's always problems when you have renters in. They always throw all kinds of things in there.
Let's talk about that real quick. So the number one thing you did too was send a notice to all the tenants, letting them know, because when the city came back and said, "Yeah, our lines are clogged up," but our lines are clogged up because a lot of your tenants and other neighboring tenants, they found things like women's products. They found the hair weave and just all kind of stuff in there.
The biggest problem that we have here is that people throw grease down
a lot of grease, cooking grease.
Down the drainage, down just in your sink. They throw the grease down. What we did, we sent a letter out, and what you could do is you could put a Coke bottle, and they could throw all the grease in the Coke bottle and dump it in the garbage. That'd be the easiest bet. That's what I got from the recycling center.
Okay, awesome. So
just put it inside a bottle, and
then you sent a notice to the tenants, letting them know you were going to do this, and to stop pouring grease and things like that, just to alert the tenants. Now let's close up what happened. So Section 8 came out, or I'm sorry, not Section 8, but the code enforcement came out, and you were able to obviously, we caught that on film, actually get the case closed because everything was taken care of.
She got taken care of.
She got taken care of.
Totally got the drainage got
now, question, she also said, hey, a lot of my personal items were damaged, but because we have a good solid lease, you want to explain what took place in that conversation?
Yes, she said that her personal stuff, her clothes, her shoes got damaged while, because the water was all over the unit, okay? I went back to the lease, and there's a section in the lease that says, we're not, on our lease, from the operations manual, it says that we're not responsible for any personal damage. Renters should always get renter's insurance. And that's what in the move-in
meeting,
I always tell my tenants, I recommend that you get, because of this clause that we have in the lease, I recommend that you get renter's insurance. It's up to them if they get it or not.
But
Obviously,
that protects you as the property manager and me as the owner to make sure that that clause is actually in the lease.
So we didn't actually have to pay for any of the damage. We took care of the unit. What was wrong, we took care of it, and now she's back in it, and I'm sure
Awesome.
she's happy.
All right, well, that closes out this particular case with the landlord Cam. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.